Yeah, I can see some of you joining. Yes, yes, yes. I can see. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, so this is just a follow up. A follow up. Yes, follow up. My last post, I had a video that I had last week concerning LSSC. I got a lot of messages after that particular live. So many people chatted me, some even sent me WhatsApp messages. That's for those that actually know me. They sent WhatsApp messages, emails. Yeah, a few people reached out to me. Yes, after the last live, and I just felt okay, let me come on again and you know say a little bit. I know many of you still have questions, and today my focus today really, the reason why I actually came on live today specifically is to you know explain a little bit about Ponzi scheme, how it works, so you will never be a victim of a Ponzi scheme again. Yes, that's the reason why I scheduled this live. So I can come on here and share, so you know a lot. You would be equipped with all the information you need, and you will no longer be, or you will never be, a victim of any Ponzi scheme in the future. So that's the reason I'm here today. I felt this was something that I should do because for many people, this is not the first time. This is not the first time that you're caught up in something like this. It has happened before and it is happening again. Or maybe it has not even happened to you. You've never gone through this before, but you know someone who has gone through this. Or probably you actually went through this and you've lost money. You've lost money. So I'm here to equip you with information so you will never lose money again. Yes, that's the reason I'm here today. I decided to do this as a follow up, yes, of the previous live because I got a lot of questions. Thank you so much for joining, some of you that just joined. Yes, I got a lot of questions. People were reaching out, asking me that, okay, what do I do now? What is the way forward? What should I do? And I said, it's gone already, it's lost already, and it's so sad, but you can protect yourself so that next time when there is another investment idea or investment opportunity, you know what to do. You know what to look out for. So tonight's topic is a serious one. It's a very serious one. And if you know anyone close to you, you want to share it with them so they can come and get this information. Next time, they will not be a victim of this. Yes, so that they will not be a victim of this. Yes, you need to share it with people that you know so that next time they will not be a victim of a Ponzi scheme. And the truth about this thing is that it's the same playbook. A lot of times it's the same people I tell you, that will revamp the scheme again and again and again. The same people revamping it. So you see that it's the same people. And that's why if you can equip yourself with all the information you need, such that next time it's not going to happen to you. Yes. And that's why I'm here. Just to, give you all the information you need. All the information you need. And one of the things I'm looking at, I'm going to dive into like 8 concrete ways. Yes. 8 main red flags, things you're supposed to look out for to help you build a great, I'll call it financial firewall. You know what a firewall is, right? A firewall is when you protect your computer. So there's also financial firewall. Yes. You can build a great financial firewall around your money, around your savings, such that next time when you see a Ponzi scheme or a fraud, you will identify it and you would flee. So I don't want you to keep this life that is going on right now to yourself. Share it with someone you know that has been affected by LSSC scam. Because these people, they are going to bring up another one. Yes, that's what they do. This is not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I'm telling you that right now, they're already working on it. You'll be shocked. They are what? Already working on it. And that's why you have to be prepared. And I tell you something very important. With AI, with AI, they will be able to do even much more advanced Ponzi scheme. Yes, they'll be able to do much more advanced Ponzi scheme. And that's why you have to be prepared. You have to be wise, And that's why I said, no, I need to come online here today and just share eight that you need to look out for. I'm so sorry if you've lost money. It's painful. It's a painful thing. It's a painful thing. And that's why this conversation today is so critical. It's so critical. You don't want to keep it to yourself. It's so critical. Yes, it's so critical. I'm telling you, you know. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you. I can see some other people who joined. Yes, thank you for just stopping by to listen. Yes, you can share this with someone else around you so that they too can gather this information and be ready. And be ready, you know. Scams are on the increase. You can see it with fake AI trading bots. For some of you that look at trading investment, you would see there are lots of fake AI trading bots heavily advertised on YouTube. You would see it on YouTube, you see it on Instagram. You would see some of those also so-called high yield investment programs on Facebook. You see them, right? They promise you insane returns, insane returns. And a lot of times, the name of the companies, all they do is that it's the same people, but the name of the company will only keep changing. It keeps changing. So you would ask me, right? That what are the 8 ways now, right? That like I said earlier, that you can protect yourself and build a strong financial firewall. That's what I'm calling it. Financial firewall. Yes. What are some of the ways you can do this? And one thing I also was thinking about is watching this thing happen to people is really tough. It's really tough, but we are not helpless. We are not what helpless if we're prepared. Knowledge is our best defense. I tell people all the time, and I tell you tonight, knowledge is our best defense. It's our best defense. Yes, it's our best defense. So what I would tell you tonight is this. So let's say someone comes to you with an idea, with an investment, with something that the person is promising that okay, you're going to make profits or you're going to do this, you're going to get that. These are some of these 8 items I'm going to list out today are going to really really help you to be ready. Yes, help you to be ready. Hi, Yoda here. I can see you're sending hello. So these eight points are going to get you ready and prepared if anybody comes with any idea or any business or any recommendation. The first one is, I call it the Google test. The Google test. And this is very easy. It's just the first step, for anyone that anyone can take. Even if you're not financially literate like that, you don't know much about investment, but I tell you that the Google test is the first step. And what does that mean? Before even thinking about investing in anything, or maybe someone brings an idea for you to put your money somewhere, before you start thinking about doing anything, the first thing you want to do is open Google, search the company's name, and you can search the company's name plus the word scam. Can you see that? Or you can go do like a deep search. Don't just look at, a lot of times what people do is that you look at the website and then you see what is on the website and then you're confident. No, you want to go online on Google and do a lot of search check 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages about the company on different websites to see what they have to say. And if you can't find anything, then you know that's a red flag number one. Can you see that? The next thing is, I call it the pressure test. Pressure test. And what does that mean? There's always this psychology that these people have when they want to defraud people, or they want to scam you, or they have those scam ideas. There's always this psychological one whereby you're rushed. You realize that you're being rushed. They're like, oh my goodness, you need to do this thing right now. If you don't do it, oh my goodness, you're running out of time. It's you're under pressure that you have to take that step. Now, I want you to note that this is what we call the use of false urgency. Sometimes they tell you things like limited spot available, limited spot available. It's all part of the scam sometimes. And this is one of the reasons they do this, is to make you bypass logic. Do you understand? Whereby, because you're in a hurry, you're not thinking. You understand what I'm saying? You now act based on your emotion, or sometimes based on FOMO, fear of missing out. You now take action. Can you see that? So you want to be careful. A legitimate investment opportunity or a legitimate business, they will give you time for you to think about it. Sometimes even a month. You know, they would give you half time. So there's no pressure. There is no, oh my goodness, I'm going to miss out. Nothing like that. Now, the third thing is, when you, maybe someone brings an idea and you're thinking about it, but there's no like exit strategy. So you don't have any exit strategy. Can you see that? You're asking, okay, how do I get my money? How do I get my money out? They don't have like documented step-by-step process. What are the fees? The fees are not clear. Nothing is really documented. Can you see that? Nothing. Sometimes this method, these people do these things to get you confused, to make it hard for you to understand, to make it complicated. So you have to take note of that. The fourth one also, which I feel like this is simple, right? But it is powerful. Question you ask people that, okay, I see your business, but where do the profit and returns actually come from? You ask that kind of simple question. Where do the profits and returns actually come from? Can I verify it? Can you show me a real legitimate product or service that generates real revenue for the company? Can you see that? So a lot of times this Ponzi, they don't have anything like that. They can just tell you it's in one distant country. It's, a place they know that you cannot verify and you can't find anything. And of course, when you can't find any of those information online also, you know that is fake. Can you see that? Then another thing also, the fifth one is, don't, how will I put it right now? You know, don't just believe everything you're told, because ensure that these companies are regulated. For example, any company that is registered in the stock exchange, all these companies that are registered, you can always verify them via FINRA, you can verify them via SEC, and FINRA, SEC, they all have their website. Can you see that? They all have their website. There's this website called, I think it's SEC IAPD or something, where you can actually go for free and check for companies that are listed in the stock exchange. So you can see these are ways. There are ways. There are ways. I tell you, there are ways. The challenge a lot of times is being patient enough to research something before we go into it. Then another thing also that you want to be conscious of, right, is because I observed another thing that happens with scammers. They come into affinity groups. Now, affinity groups are like, let's say you attend a church, your church, or a group in your church, or you're in a particular union, or you're in a particular community, right, or a club. Some of these scammers will come into those clubs and become members, and then that's where they start to grow. They start to scam people because they'll come into a place where you can be trusted. And sometimes the person may not necessarily be a scammer, but the person was introduced to a scam opportunity, and then the person is bringing you in. And that was the case for LLC, LSSC. Can you see that? So you want to be careful. You want to be careful. Even if the person is in your community and the person is bringing this idea, you still want to ask questions. You still want to go back to number one, two, three, four, five. Can you see that? Then the seventh one is separate your emotions when it comes to putting your money somewhere. Separate your emotions. Oh, this person, she's my friend. I know she will never bring anything that is not trustworthy to me. Please. Friend, sister, mother, uncle, whatever. Still go back to what? Number one, two, three, four, five, six. And ensure that you look out for all of them. Very, very important. I know that there's always this fear of missing out. That's what makes people hopping. So people are like, oh my goodness, my friend invested in LSSC and she put in this amount of money. She already has 5,000. Oh, this one already has 10. Oh my goodness, let me just oh, I'm even joining late. I'll go and borrow money and put in this amount of money. That's what many people did, and they lost all their money. So don't worry about fear of missing out. Oh, I'm gonna have missed. No, there will always be opportunities, and if it's legitimate, it will stand the test of time. So you will have your turn. Can you see? Yes. So this is so important. I hope I was able to, just break down all those very, very important things you need to look out for. These are so important. These are so important. The last one, which may seem so easy, but I tell you this is powerful, which is the eighth one, is to find one person in your life, a trusted friend, a sibling, a spouse, anyone who you would say is level-headed, that you feel that this person is always skeptical about everything. This person is always doing research. If I tell this person ABC, the person would verify before recommending that I take a step. Then you want to get somebody like that and be accountable to that person. Can you see that? So this creates like you will always have a second opinion. You will always have a second opinion. So you will never take financial decision all by yourself. So that's the eighth one. I hope that I've really broken this down for you such that this will never happen again if you've been a victim. And if you've not been a victim or this has not happened to you, share it with someone. Share it with someone because you don't know who is trying to get on board another Ponzi scheme right now, and this video is going to help them make the best decision. Can you see that? If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. I'm more than ready to answer your questions. I will just go ahead and recap this thing again. I talked about the Google test. Always put in that company in your Google browser and search, and ensure you find a lot of information about the company. I talked about the pressure test, right? Don't be under pressure. It doesn't really matter. Don't be under pressure. I talked about the exit strategy, whereby they are not giving you a clear path to how you can take your money out. I talked about the source rule. What is the product? What are they doing? How are they making their profit? Are they making their profit? How? Can you see that's the fourth one? I talked about the fifth one, whereby they would come into a community, a church, a group, a place where they can be trusted. And sometimes the person bringing the idea is not the scammer, but someone has introduced him to a scam. But because the person is in your community or in your group, you are more likely to accept the opportunity, unknown that what it's a scam. I talked about what separating emotions. Always separate your emotion. Don't say the person is my brother, auntie, sister, like I said before. Always go back to what? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Important thing to look out for in every financial opportunity. Can you see that? So these are very important. These are very important. These are very important. So I'm looking at the chat right now. If you have any questions or you have someone who has gone through this and the person has questions, you can drop them in the chat. You can drop them in the chat or you can share this video with them. You can share this video with them. or if or you can even share this video with all your friends. This is a very, very important video, because I'm telling you that there are so many people who were a victim of this scam, right? That this is not the first time. This is not the second. This is not the third. This is, as in, they've been scammed many times. But sometimes people just need to have, things that they will always remember anytime they see a scam. Yes. Yes. So this is so important. 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 Please don't forget to share. And if you're watching right now, you can like the video, you can like it, you can comment. Yes, so this can, so the algorithm can push this very, very critical video to more people. So that the algorithm can push this very critical video to more people. So we can have less people that are victims of scams. The fight against these Ponzi scheme scammers needs to be intense. Needs to be intense. Thank you so much for just choosing to be here and listen. I hope this has impacted you, so that you will never fall victim of this scam again. Take care.